the year has come and gone, so let's talk about the best and the worst of horror so far. I already have a video about my favorites, so let's go with worst. First, I'm going to talk about theatrical releases. Some of my least favorite theatrical releases that I have seen thus far include The Damned, Opus, and The Rule of Jenny Penn. Oh, and don't forget Death of a Unicorn, because that was a stinker too. The Damned was the disappointment because I felt like it tried to copy the Robert Eggers slow burn energy, except it was not successful at doing that, and I felt like all of the scares happened at night, and the film was so dark that you couldn't even see them. But I will say that the day shots are gorgeous. Opus just has a messy script. I think for a movie about a cult, which should be interesting, this movie just doesn't follow through with its interesting concept, and most of the performances besides John Malkovich aren't really doing anything for me. He seems like he's having fun though, and I love that for him. The Rule of Jenny Penn, I would also say, is whack. I felt like this whole movie was just a vehicle for John Lithgow to commit elder abuse against fellow elders. There isn't much of a plot outside of that. It's basically like he abuses a bunch of people and one guy finally at the end tries to get revenge on him, but like that's it. So I just did not find this movie interesting in any regard, and I kind of found it problematic. I think this movie was trying to talk about like the elder abuse in nursing facilities that occurs, but it just wasn't successful to me. And then, of course, Death of a Unicorn was more fun than the other three, but it's not as funny as it should be. The story goes in a weird fucking direction. I don't need a unicorn break-in movie. And like everyone and their mother has said, the social commentary just falls extremely flat. For streaming releases, as you might expect, there have been a lot of stinkers, but the absolute worst for me was 825 Forest Road. This is a new Shudder horror movie that came out this month. This one is bad to me because it's directed and written by an actual filmmaker whose work I have liked before. He is the creator of Hell House LLC, which is an extremely fucking scary movie. And this movie has a couple good scares, but the script is so messy, the plot is really hokey, and the performances feel like they're straight out of Hallmark. So I would definitely skip that one. What have been your least favorite movies that you've seen so far this year in the horror genre? Let me know. We've covered Death of a Unicorn on our podcast, and we'll be continuing to cover other horror new releases on our podcast, so make sure to check that out.